Hello everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my opinion about the range match between Indonesia and Bahrain. As we all know, this game was highly anticipated. Fans fans from both countries had high hopes for their teams, and everyone was eager to see an exciting match. Indonesia come prepared with a strong lineup, and we could see the determination in each player. However, despite their efforts, the final result was not what we had hoped for. Bahrain managed to secure a win, which was disappointing for many Indonesian fans. In my opinion, although Indonesia team lose, there are still some positive takeaways. First, the players showed great teamwork and sportsmanship. They played with heart and gave their best effort, which is something we should appreciate. Second, I noticed an improvement in their strategy and coordination compared to previous matches. This shows that the team is growing and learning, and I believe this experience will make them stronger for future games. However, there are still areas where the team can improve. For example, they could work on their defensive tactic to prevent to the opponent from taking easy shots. Additionally, better communication on the field would help them avoid mistakes and make their play smoother. Overall, I'm proud of Indonesian team. Losing is part of the game, but each match is a learning opportunity. I believe that will continuous practice and support from fans, they will come back stronger and achieve better result in the future. Thank you. Everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Revaldy Gunawan from class 19, 1B 15. Good morning, everyone. Today, we'll be learning about the simple present tense, one of the most commonly used tense in English. We use this tense to talk about habits, general truth, and routines. For example, we say the sun rises in the east because it's a fact that doesn't change. By the end of the lesson, you will understand how to ask the simple present tense to describe your daily activities, routines, and facts. So, next slide. What is simple present tense? Simple present tense is asked to be describe habits, general truth, or situation that are always true. And the next step, function of simple present tense terdiri dari empat rangkaian. For the first number, to express habitual action or routines. Number 2, to state general facts. And number 3, to describe permanent situation. And number 4, to give instruction of direction. And next slide, structure of positive sentence. Yang terdiri dari subject plus verb 1. For example, I play soccer. She reads books. And next slide. Structure of negative sentence terdiri dari subject plus do plus does plus not plus verb 1. For example, I do not play soccer. She does not read books. And next slide, struktur of interrogative sentence yang terdiri dari do atau does plus subject plus verb 1. For example, do you play soccer? Does she read books? And next slide, usage of do and does. As do with subject I, you, we, and they. As does with subject he, she, and it. And next slide, example with do. For example, do they go to school every day? For example, number 2, I do not like coffee. And next slide, example with does. For example, does he play guitar? And for example, number 2, she does not eat meat. And slide number 10, verb in simple present tense. As the best from verb 1 of the verb is simple present tense, do not add any ending to the verb with do, but add C or is using when does. And next slide, adding as or is to verbs. Add as to verb when the subject is he, she, or it, and add as to verb ending in o, she, he, s, he, c, x, or z. For example, she watches TV. And next slide, usage for general facts. For example, the sun rises in the east. And number 2 example, water boils at 100,000 Celsius. And next slide, usage for habits or routines. For example, I wake up at 6 a.m. every day, and she goes to the gym on Monday. And next slide, usage for permanent situation. For example, he lives in Jakarta, she works as a doctor. And next slide, usage in a schedule of timetable. The simple present can also be asked for schedule or planned event. For example, the train leaves at 7 p.m. Okay, next slide. Common expression yang terdiri dari always, usually, often, sometimes, and never. For example, I always drink coffee in the morning, and she never eats breakfast. Okay, practice 1, convert to present tense. They to play tennis on Sunday. And number 2, she to read books every night. And next slide. Practice 2 to answer to practice 1. They play tennis on Sunday, and she reads book every night. And next slide 19, summary. Simple present tense is asked for habit, action, general fact, schedule, permanent situation. And the last slide, question or discussion, any question, and thank you for attention. Terima kasih semua.